Yo, yo, what's good, everybody? How y'all doing? Me? I'm doing okay. I could be doing a lot better. That's no talk show, but I'm doing all right. How y'all doing? It's me again, the Nicodemus, the one and only Mafioso, Mr. James, Mr. Whatever you want to call me, yada yada yada, pants on fire. Same dude. You know what I'm saying? Today's topic. Let's see. I covered the women's. I covered music. I did a little beatboxing on one of them. And yeah. So now I want to cover conspiracy theories. Oh yeah. Yeah. Okay. Here we're gonna start off with this one. All right, so apparently millions and millions of years ago, there were these race of aliens, I want to say. Well, they're not really aliens because they from the Earth, but millions of years ago, there was these race of people, alien-like, but they lived underground. Supposedly, conspiracy theory. Supposedly, what is set above shall be below. So basically, what they're saying is that we're above. Then that means there's people and beings above us and below us. And I'm not talking about heaven and hell. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about like the firmament. You know what I'm saying? If you know what I'm talking about, breaking through the firmament. You know, one conspiracy theory is that they say that we're in like of a dome, we're stuck underwater. We're actually in water, but of water. If you understand what I'm saying. Basically, what they're trying to say is we got like a dome over top of us, and over top of that dome is another dimension or another Earth or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And then the same thing, if you like go like deep down in the Earth, you'll come out in another universe on the other side. You know what I'm saying? But what I'm getting at is there was a race of people that was indigenous. They came, or they didn't come down. They was already here. They just under the earth. These people were like, I'm gonna say they were human-like. They had human features. But what separate these people that I'm talking about, these alien-like, human-like people from us, is the fact that these race of people had big-ass heads, like me. You know what I'm saying? I know I got a big-ass head, but these people's heads was 3 times the size of my big-ass head. You know what I'm saying? So these people, you know what I'm saying, and in the beginning, these people all had melanin. You know what I'm saying? They were black, brown. There was no white. There was nothing white during this era. What happened was one of the leader's kids, or whoever the leader was of those people, had a kid or a son. And I want to say his name is Ya. It starts with a Y, but it's a crazy name. It's crazy, but it starts with a Y. I want to say Yaku or you something. But anyway, so the dude was born, and he had a big ass head, but he was also gifted with the arts and science, and he also had foresight. You know what I'm saying? And this is back when. And again, this is during a time period. You gotta stay with me now. This is during a time period where people was using their minds to move things. People could talk to people telepathically. All those X-Men, all that X-Men shit, DC Comics and all that shit you see. You know what I'm saying? Clark Kent and all that. They was doing that, but there won't no Superman or nothing like that. DC or Marvel inspired. These were like real, like people alien-like that was doing this. Where do you think all these Marvel and DC came from? But anyway, so they communicate like that. They was on a whole nother divine level with each other. You know what I'm saying? So if I got the story right, what happened is he came up, the people started fucking with him and bullying him and fucking with him because of his big ass head. So basically he kind of got ostracized a little bit. You know what I'm saying? He got pissed off. And he was like, you know what? Y'all fucked up. How y'all gonna fuck with me because I got a big ass head? You know what I'm saying? I mean, I can't help that. You know, y'all laughing and joking me and shit. That's fucked up. We all supposed to be the same. I got something for y'all. Matter of fact, yo. Hold on. Matter of fact, yo, I'm a scientist. I'm gonna figure this shit out. Watch. I'm gonna make it so that I'll never get laughed and joked at no more. So check this out. So what he did, in similar terms to today, he started, if it was today, in terms of what I'm trying to say, and give you a reference, shifting time frames to right now. Let's say today, if he did that, he, in reference to what I'm going to say, he started a YouTube channel or a TikTok, and then started, you know, spreading his gospel or just talking and getting people, you know, riled up and believing in what he believed in. And eventually, he had over 100 million subscribers. You know what I'm saying? But let's go back to his time, because there wasn't no internet, there was no YouTube, and there was no TikTok. So let's go back to his time. But that's what it would be like now. Going back in the time machine. So he gets locked up. The king or the czar at that moment in time. Now remember, they're under the earth. At that moment in time, he got damn the king of the race of that people, of the aliens people we was talking about, the king, whoever was in charge, the president, was like, nah, nigga, you getting too powerful, man. I gotta lock your ass up. So he locked him up. But when he locked him up, his followers came with him to the jail. So it got to the point where the king was like, man, fuck this shit. My jails is full of these motherfuckers, and I ain't got room for the real criminals. So look, let me holler at you. Let's call him Y, since I can't remember his crazy ass name. Let me holler at you, Y. Y'all, let me holler at you, y'all. Pull y'all to the side and say, look, man, tell you what we're gonna do. You're not really a criminal. I just don't agree with your message and what you're trying to put out. Seems like you're trying to get people against me. So look, I'm gonna tell you what. I'm not gonna kill you, which is what I should do, because it was prophesied that a motherfucker like you would come up and try to overtake my throne and do some crazy shit. But I don't believe in prophecy. So you take your 100,000 subscribers and carry your ass off this motherfucking continent. Get the fuck off. All of y'all. And if you don't get the fuck off, then we just gonna have no time, have no choice but to start killing you. You know what I'm saying? So it's either you stay and get killed one by one, or I'll give you the ships and shit. Y'all carry y'all ass, because I ain't got time for this drama. And that's how the king kicked it to him. So y'all was like, you know what? No problem, bro. No problem at all. He made a phone call. Well, on the phones, but he sent a message out, gathered up all 100,000 of them people. It was a lot of people, man. I'm talking about almost 500,000 people went with him. You know what I'm saying? So now remember, these people that went with him, they had melanin. They were. I don't want to say they were black, but they had melanin. You know what I'm saying? Melanin. So they went with him and shit, right? So somehow or another, they wind up getting to Earth, which is Earth, the crust where we're living at right now, on the crust of the Earth. Somehow he wound up getting there, getting exiled to Earth. When he gets to Earth, he takes the people and he goes to a it's around the other side of Africa. I want to say it's over there by Italy, Greece, some goddamn where. He went over there. So on his way to this over there in Greece, wherever, somewhere over there in Greece he went. But on his way, He said, I'm gonna start running my motherfucking experiment right now. Basically, he was also Willie Lynch shit. I think this is where Willie Lynch got it from. This dude, yeah. But anyway, he was also Willie Lynch shit. So basically, what he did was all the females, all 100,000 of them hoes, I ain't gonna say hoes, all them females, them alien females, black, humanoid, whatever they was, he started having sex with all of them. You know what I'm saying? And in doing so and doing it, what he was doing was any baby that came out dark or black, he would throw them in the water, let the sharks eat them. Any baby that came out light skinned or light, he kept them. You know what I'm saying? So let's say he got to a lot of people didn't make that trip. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people didn't make it. A lot of people died. You know what I mean? I'm gonna say about let's say 500,000 people with him. I'm gonna say about 25,000 was left. That's how many people fucking died. That's how many babies got thrown over. So he makes it. Follow me now. So he makes it to somewhere over there in Greece with the peoples, right? You make it over there to the people over there in Greece and shit. Well, not Greece, but it won't Greece there. I don't think it was Greece. I'm just using that as a geographical reference. So they go over there. He start colonizing. As he's doing that, he's still experimenting. Throw the black ones away, kill the black ones, keep the white ones, keep the light skin and the white ones. As you keep doing that over years and years and years and eons, you will come up with a race. He got to the point where he had a race of people that were being born that totally had no melanin in them at all. This is where white people came from, supposedly. So now, on this little continent he's at, somewhere over there in Greece, he got rid of all of the dark people. He's the only dark one left. Of course, he's the king of those people, white folks. But he's the only dark dude left. Everybody that's dark is either dead or left or been thrown or got killed or got thrown to the sharks. You know what I'm saying? So, peep this. So now he got his people together. Now he got his army, which is what he was trying to do when he was under the earth with his people. Now, he got a race of people that's pale skinned and don't have the superpowers that he had when he was under the earth. You know what I'm saying? So, all right, so time goes on. These race of people, because they're the opposite, because they ain't got no more melanin, they're the opposite of the black people, or let's just say Yak's race of people under the earth, that they lacked intellect. They lacked, but pretty much, let's make it simple. They were very what's it called when Wolverine goes feral? Is it feral? Yeah. These people were feral. You know what I'm saying? They didn't know how to survive. They was living with the animals, running around. Their hair started growing like cavemen, barbarians. All that kind of shit was going on with these race of people. He was even losing control of these people. You know what I'm saying? They were very irate. They were like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we're trying to take over. You know what I'm saying? So what happened was, hold up. The indigenous people that was on the crust already was like, nah, man, you got to do something with these new non-colorful people. You know what I'm saying? You got to do something with these non-colored people, man. They fucking up. They fucking up the goddamn animals. They goddamn using their skins for goddamn clothes. They goddamn running around, goddamn no law, no nothing, just caveman. Geico, caveman. You know what I'm saying? Running wild. So they came to y'all, the leaders of all the leaders that was actually, leading continents on the world at that time. They came to him. It was like, look, bro, we're going to need you to do something about this, man, or we're going to have to goddamn come in and fuck y'all up. So he was like, all right, no problem. I'm going to take my race of people and we're going to move to what is called the Caucasus Mountains. over in Europe. You can have this shit. We gonna take our ass, or we gonna move east, no west. We gonna move west towards Europe. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't Europe then, but that's what it is now. We gonna move towards Europe, and that's what they did. He took those people, all of them. It was a lot of them. You know what I'm saying? It was a race. He took the whole race of people, and now a couple of them stayed, but the majority of them all left, packed up, and went with him to the Caucasus Mountains. You know what I'm saying? Uh, and of course, once they get to the Caucasus Mountains, that's where the Caucasian came from, and yada yada yada, pants on fire. You know what I'm saying? And then that's when Yak died. Yak lived to be like 100, and I want to say almost 150, some shit like that. People was living a long time back then, basically because the food wasn't poisoned, the air wasn't poisoned. But anyway, people was living a long time back then. Yak lived with his big ass head. He lived to be about like 100, 150 or some shit. So he lived long enough to see his white people, his new generation of people, flourish and spread out all over the world. And in doing so, once he died, the Caucasian people as a whole said, you know what, fuck this. We just gonna goddamn take this whole continent over, which is called Europe, and we gonna just start spreading out and doing that shit like that. And that's where supposedly the where white people came from, supposedly conspiracy theory thing. You know what I'm saying? Of course, I'm not really explaining the story in its full, in-depth, detail, you know what I'm saying, content. I'm just giving you an overall bits and pieces of what I've heard and what I've seen, and it kind of makes sense a little bit, you know what I'm saying? But you believe what you want to believe, but that's where they said it came from. You know what I'm saying? So, and I'm not racist at all. I'm not racist at all, man. I'm not racist at all. Love all peoples. You know what I'm saying? I'm just spitting the facts. But I will say this. When you look back on history, like really look back on history, even the history they taught us in high school, middle school, and elementary, the white race pretty much ran shit and took over shit. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you had other races, you know what I'm saying, that was, trying to, spread their influence in their culture. But as far as like coming in and like taking over and then saying it's theirs, white race is the only one I know that has done that the most. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, let's switch to some other conspiracy theories, some other conspiracy theory things that's floating out there, like 9/11. I kind of miss the fact that now, what is it? What has it been? What, 23 years? Yeah, 23, 24 years now. I miss the fact that I was used to every September the 11th, and they stopped this shit about 5 years ago. Every September 11th, they would do like a thing on TV or have like a memorial thing. Like they wouldn't be like, we're gonna have a moment of silence. We're gonna ring the bell at 9 something something. We're gonna ring the bell again. Da, 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 da. We're gonna have a moment of silence, or they'll have something on TV commemorating the firefighters who gave their lives to go in there and try to save them people, even though they knew they was walking into a suicide mission. They stopped doing that. You know what I'm saying? But the conspiracy theory I want to talk about is the whole 9/11 shit in its totality. You know what I'm saying? Now, the conspiracy theory is that, well, let the media tell it, like a group of Arab men came to America, learned how to fly the airplanes here in America, got the quick pilot lesson here in America, supposedly, then booked tickets on, what was it, 4 flights? It was 3 or 4. It's been so long, y'all. I think it was 4. So with the intent of hitting 4 major targets. One was the Pentagon, one was the White House, and then the other 2 were supposed to hit each tower. That was the plan, supposedly. So I'm just sitting here and I'm just trying to figure out how that all gonna play out. Even before 9/11, it's still some shit that you couldn't do. You know what I'm saying? That would be like suspicious and have people like, whoa, Brady, what are you doing? But to be able to learn how to fly an airplane in America, get tickets, get on the airplane with no problems, and then when you get on the airplane, the stories that we was told, because nobody survived on any of these flights, so we're only going on what was told to us. No eyewitness accounts from the actual flight itself, but and no black box recordings. But anyway, so we were told that, and it's been a hell of a narrative. We were told that these guys separated themselves and into groups and boarded 4 planes. And when they got on those 4 planes, I'm assuming at the time we didn't have a TSA. We didn't. So I guess the only thing you had to worry about was if you packed something in your suitcase. But as far as your carry-on, I don't think they checked your carry-on. Or if they did, they didn't really like go through the shit. So basically what I'm trying to say is back then you couldn't get on an airplane with a gun or a bomb, but you could definitely get on an airplane with a knife or some kind of makeshift weapon. You can't do it now. But let's keep the narrative going. So they get on the airplane, these 4 airplanes, they split up in groups, they get back there, and supposedly they get up. One go use the bathroom, the other one gets up and makes his way towards the pilot, the cockpit. Now, I'm gonna say this. I have been in an airplane before 9/11, right? And I know when they doom, the light comes on and you're able to take your seatbelt off and then you can get up and go to the bathroom and stuff. But to get back, I'm talking about before 9/11, to get up and walk towards the cockpit without a stewardess or somebody stopping you along the way, and then you make it inside the cockpit. You know what I'm saying? Like, before 9/11, if I remember correctly, when I used to fly, that cockpit door used to be closed and locked. You know what I'm saying? You couldn't get in there. You know, now it's standard. It's got to be locked now. You got to knock and you got to see who you, all that crazy shit now. But before, I mean, you couldn't just get up, walk past a stewardess, and go right in the cockpit and be like, give me the airplane, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? You couldn't do that. So either they came in as pilots, or from what I remember, they came in as regular coach passengers. And to make a long story short, somehow or another, they made their way to the cockpit. I still don't see how they did that. They made their way to the cockpit. When they got to the cockpit, they fucking, I don't know how it was able to, I still don't know how they was able to do it, but they managed to kill the pilots that was actually pilots in the plane, so they was able to take over. And once they took over the plane, I'm speaking on all 4 of them, really. Once they took over the plane, we know that 2 of them headed towards New York, and the rest is history. We know that one flew over Pennsylvania, and somehow or another it crashed. I believe that one got shot down. And then another one supposedly had crashed at the Pentagon. And I still, to this day, have yet to see airplane or airline wreckage in or around the Pentagon back then. You know what I'm saying? So apparently that was the story. That what happened. The 2 planes, I forgot what time it was, 9 something, hit the South Tower and hit the North Tower, and then they came down, and then and then the way that the towers came down, ladies and gentlemen, was indigenous to how Las Vegas blows up or tears down a casino. If you look at both towers, when they went down, it looked like it was a demolition. That's the way it looked. You know what I'm saying? And I did a little bit of digging and did a little bit of research and found out that uh, I found out a lot of stuff. I don't know how true it is, but I found out that certain people knew that that was about to happen. So they told certain people not to come to work. You know what I'm saying? I also found out that like months before the planes hit the towers, a few of the people that worked there said that these men was coming in after hours and like doing something to the goddamn foundation of this construction or something. I don't. They just they said people was coming in and like they supposed to been renovating, but I don't know if they was renovating or not. But let them tell it they was coming in and doing suspicious shit. You know what I'm saying? One theory person said that they was coming in and putting in thermite on each floor. And if you know anything about thermite, thermite is used to demolition of big skyscraper so that it comes down, it don't sway or sway to the left, sway to the right. It's formulated so that and it's structured and they have the explosives set up so that when they set them off, it sets it off like in stages, like boom, 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 and then it collapses like a deck of cards instead of falling over or falling this way or falling backwards or forward. They got it set up so that when they do ignite it, you'll see the boom, 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 boom on each floor, and then the top just comes straight down, minimizing collateral damage. And that's exactly how the towers came down, just like that. And I'm not even gonna go into the conspiracy theories about the guy that owned the towers had just put up a damn insurance policy, $50 million insurance policy on the building right before it got hit. It's a lot of things conspiracy wise concerning 9/11 that just don't sit right. And you would think, why would they do that? What would be the purpose of, I ain't gonna say faking an attack on America, but why? What would be the purpose? Well, the biggest one would be to get patriotism back in America. You know what I'm saying? Get everybody tight like everybody was in World War One and World War Two. Best way to do it is to have a common enemy. And the best way to have a common enemy is to have somebody come over here and fuck up some shit and kill a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? When that happened, you had a lot of people joining the military. I believe the military recruitment rate at that point had to be like 92%. Them recruiters was getting paid. You know what I'm saying? And all the branches. You know? So that brought around a major surplus of Americans voluntarily joining the military because of that. That's one aspect. And I'm not even going to go into how they got over there and they didn't get the proper equipment. They was dying, getting blowed up, blah, 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 blah. You know what I'm saying? We didn't go into all that. But they had a surplus of people joining the military at that time. And I know the government was like, yes, sir. And you would think, why else would they do that? Well, okay, the first one is we can get major enrollment in our military. Second is we need a reason to, okay, America has interests in certain countries. You know what I'm saying? Certain countries have we have trade embargoes, not trade embargoes. We have trade treaties with different countries as far as food, natural resources, and consumer products. You know what I'm saying? Cars, TVs, all that stuff, right? So if I have an interest in what you have in your country, let's just say oil, okay? Then I can't just go into your country and just take your shit over. That's wrong. The goddamn NATO, the UN, they would be like, you can't do that. That's fucked up. But if you fucking fly over and bomb my motherfucking country, then you goddamn right I can go over there and goddamn fuck your shit up. You know what I'm saying? So if I ain't gonna say we faked it, but if we fake this invasion attack on America, then I can go over there and I can take the oil for free. Well, not for free, but I can go over there and get that goddamn oil because now you're at war with us. And if I go over there and conquer your shit, then guess what? That's now my oil. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, that's why they would do that. And that's another reason why the gas prices shot up. I remember we was paying no more than, for regular gas, we was paying anywhere from $1. The gas prices was this. They were $1.59, $1.69, and $1.79, $1.89. You know what I'm saying? That was the gas prices back then. Once 9/11 happened and they started having interest over there in that oil and shit, gas price went up to like 215, 250, 2 something. People was going crazy, man. I was one of those people. I was like, man, what the fuck? How y'all just go raise the gas like that? And then they kept raising the gas. And the gas is still kind of high right now. It never went back down. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, why would we want to fake that? Why would we want to fake an attack? That's one of the reasons. There you go. That's one. We have interest over there. You know what I'm saying? Gas, oil, crude oil. That's money. You know? What's another reason why we would want to do that? Well, okay. The town needs, what Joker say? Town needs an enemy. America needs an enemy. You know what I'm saying? We need an enemy. As a matter of fact, again, I can't just go over there and kill the motherfucker. I mean, I could order the CIA to do it, Black Ops, but no, I don't want to do it that way. I want to go over there and get this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Now, the reason why I want to go over there and get this motherfucker is because he is now biting the hand that feeds him. We trained this motherfucker. Yeah, we trained him. We goddamn took him through the CIA, every goddamn thing. We groomed him. We actually motherfucking made it possible for him to rise to power during the Afghanistanian Russian war. And where do you think the Islamic people, the Arab people was getting their arms from? Me, us. You know we don't fuck with the Russians like that. So yeah. And y'all got oil over here, so yeah, we're gonna help you out. Damn right. And then once we help you get rid of the Russians, then you're gonna be our best friend. And you better do what the fuck we say, because if you don't, then guess what? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, all right, I'm cool with that. At first, just like Saddam Hussein, once motherfuckers start smelling that power, start getting that money, start becoming bigger than what your name is, then that's when the United States is like, all right, yo, I gotta come and spank you. You know what I'm saying? Now you biting the hand that feeds you. Now you're not doing what we agreed upon. You're getting too big for your britches now. You know what I'm saying? I gotta come get you. That's why I would fake an attack so that I could go over there and get this motherfucker for goddamn betraying me or betraying the American people. But anyway, yeah, you're not gonna come to my house, bring your family to my house, meet my family. We all fucking eat goddamn Thanksgiving and shit, Dubai, all that kind of shit. Goddamn horse races and all that shit. You come to goddamn United States, Texas, all that shit. Doing rich people, white people, royal shit. You ain't gonna be doing all that with me and then turn around and then, not do what I want you to do over there. Nigga, you better remember who the fuck put you over there. Nigga, you better remember who fuck trained you. You better remember who the fuck goddamn gave you the goddamn know-how to be able to be a fucking leader over there. You better tighten up. I tell you what, fuck that. We coming to get you. So, conspiracy theory says, in a nutshell, that's pretty much why 9/11, why that happened, why all those people had to die for no goddamn reason, because of that shit. You know what I'm saying? And that's fucked up, because they went to work like a regular old day. You know what I'm saying? It was a regular day. Nobody had no idea a motherfucker be crazy enough to fucking grab an airplane and crash into the fucking towers. Now, a lot of people are saying, sticking with the conspiracy theorists and the 9/11 shit, A lot of people are saying that the airplanes were not airplanes. They were like missiles. I don't want to say missiles like a fucking missile you see come off a sidewinder off of F-14, F-18. Nah, it was an airplane made to look like, it was a missile made to look like an airplane. That's what they was trying to say. You know what I'm saying? Um, I don't know how true that is, and I don't know why they would go as far as to do that and then fake a story about the people. These people that really got on these flights, they really fucking died. They're gone. You know what I'm saying? So either they snatched them up before they got on the flight and killed them off, or they actually was on the flight and they just ran into the goddamn towers. You know what I'm saying? They ran into the towers. I'm gonna tell you what I believe after looking at footage and everything. I believe that the planes did get taken over, but I believe that they got taken over in a fashion to where it was an inside job. You get what I'm saying? Not to the narrative to where these Arab men just all came onto the airplane and said, fuck it, give me your money, give me your airplane, and we're gonna crash it. Y'all gonna die, we're gonna crash it. I don't believe that. I believe it was a super inside job and it was made to look like the Muslims or the Arab people did that. Now, again, let me go back to why would they do that? Okay, well, right after 9/11 did that shit, it was a war against Muslims. It was a war against the Nation of Islam. It was a war against the 5%ers. But basically, anybody that deals with the Quran, you know what I'm saying? It was a war, pretty much. And you ain't even really had nothing to do with it. You know what I'm saying? And then people don't take the time to educate themselves about the Sunnis and the Shiites, the two different factions of Muslim, and the war that they've been going through internally with themselves. People don't educate themselves on that kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? People don't educate themselves on the Nation of Islam. You know what I'm saying? Which is different from the Shiites and the Sunnis. You know what I'm saying? And then you have the 5%ers. You know what I'm saying? So it was a war against Muslims, however you want to say it. It was a serious war. Mosques was getting blowed up. If you had your kufi on, people would look at you funny. I mean, it was a crazy time, man, and that was not fair to that religion, to those race of people that follow that religion, man. That was not fair. They didn't have nothing to do with that bullshit, that fake bullshit that hit the fucking towers. You know what I'm saying? That religion didn't have nothing to do with why those planes hit the tower. They want to say ISIS and Osama bin Laden and yada, 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 GI, you know what I'm saying? Allah, all that shit. No, man. No. See, you also got to remember, man, the media, just like the East Coast, West Coast shit, the media knows how to stare and keep a narrative going, knows how to keep America going. That's their job. You know what I'm saying? So for it to be a war against Muslim people during that time frame, it was fucked up because they ain't really had nothing to do with it, man. They didn't. But that's another reason why I would do that. So I could attack the religion. You know what I'm saying? Another reason why I would want to do that is I need to be able to take away some of your freedoms and liberties. What better way for me to do that than to create a disaster or an invasion where a lot of people, mass casualties, and then because of what happened, and because it involved airplanes and security and all that, Now I can go to the American people and be like, you know what? Look, man, I'm about to establish a new group. It's called TSA, so that this never happens again. I'm also going to establish a whole new federal bureau that's going to be called Homeland Security, and it's going to be the goddamn just as powerful as the CIA and the FBI and everybody else that's federally law enforced. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's the only way I could bring that in to do that, and then I can bring in the Patriot Act, which says that, well, at that time, any cop without probable cause can just walk up to you and fuck with you just on the suspicion of you could be a terrorist. Now, you can use that term so loosely that it could actually be used towards a certain demographic of people, if you get what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? The Muslims and the black people, you know? And that's basically what this Patriot Act, who they was targeting. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that Patriot Act shit was fucked up. It was fucked up. It was kind of like the stop search and frisk in New York, which I'm glad they stopped, because that was some bullshit too. It was kind of like that, but more like on a more public, broader scale. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, you had that. So, yeah, that would be a reason why I would want to implement that. You know what I'm saying? I want to be nosy. I want to know what the fuck is going on in all 50 states. I want to know what the hell is going on. You know what I'm saying? I'm Big Brother. You know what I mean? So, yeah, Patriot Act, let's do it. And you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I don't want no more terrorists coming over here. You know what I mean? But those are some conspiracy theories, man, as far as 9/11 is concerned, man. I'm gonna move on, but I could go all day long about 9/11. I can just keep going on and on and on and on. But we're gonna start right there. And if you got any comments, or if you want to add anything to what I'm saying, feel free. You know what I'm saying? Drop a line on it. You know what I mean? Here's one. Aliens, Area 51. Okay, you're gonna like this one. I used to live in Nevada, Las Vegas. Okay, North Las Vegas to be exact. One day, I was bored, high out my mind. Just came from the dispensary, didn't have nothing to do. Car full of gas. Off work that day. I was like, man, I'm going to Area 51. I want to see what the fucking hype is about. So I Google mapped it. Of course, they took me to the actual visitor site where you can actually go, but you can't go no further. But anyway, so I put it in. I get there, drove like 45 minutes. I get there. I get to the site, you know, the public site where they got it set up, so you can park your car, get out. You know, it's like an oversight. You know what I'm saying? But it's for the public. You know what I'm saying? I was like, no, hell no. This is bullshit. I can't see nothing here. Plus, there's a lot of people here. But if you look to the right, like way down to the right, we're in the desert. If you look to the right, you'll see a dirt road that just going off by itself. That's parallel to the parking lot structure where we was at, where they want you to take pictures, where they want you to sit at and see Area 51 from afar. But it's like on a thing. So I was like, no, fuck that. I want to see some real shit. I get in my car, back up, get out the parking lot where everybody was at, drive down that road. As I'm driving on that road, people was telling me, hey, you're not supposed to be going down there. Hey, okay, all right. I don't see no signs. So I get on the dirt road. I drive about 15, 20 minutes. Then I start seeing the signs. Big signs. Please turn around. You're in an unauthorized area. United States government. We have the right to shoot on sight. Blah, 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 blah. All that crazy shit. The skull and crossbones. All that shit. Signs all over the place. As I'm driving, I'm ignoring them. I go another 15, 20 minutes. I see signs again, but these are bigger and these are like bright red now. The signs before was in yellow, the caution, the regular yellow shit. Now the signs I'm seeing now are fucking big and red, and they are fucking reflective. You know what I'm saying? So it's like the sun's shining, so that shit's bright. So I'm looking at it and I'm like, damn, they really don't want nobody off on this goddamn road. Passed that shit too. Came up to a gate, right? The gate had a chain around it, but it looked like somebody had fucked with it. You know what I'm saying? So I get out, go to the gate, jiggle it a little bit. Basically, I unloosened it. I unlocked the gate. It was kind of partially locked, but it won't lock all the way. So I kind of unlocked it enough so that I can get my car in there. Open that bitch up, got my car in there. Now, when I'm driving my car in there, now I went from seeing desert to now, it went from desert to like a black, like, I want to say mesh. It wasn't mesh, but it was like a fence. It was black and it was tall. You know what I'm saying? It stretched for miles. Like that shit went on forever. So it's on my left side. I'm driving. The fence is on. I'm on the dirt road still. Signs all over the place. I passed the gate. So this black fence, I want to say, is on my left. So I'm driving. So I drive. Now all of a sudden I stop. I said, man, let me get out. You know what I'm saying? I think I'm in Area 51 now. So let me get out. So I park the car. I'm still on the dirt road. So I park the car. And when I get out the car, I hear I can hear the electricity coming off of the fucking gate. You can hear it. And the signs all over that says, you will be electrocuted if you touch this gate. It was several gates before you got to the big black one that will fucking kill you. They had like a barrier that I could that came up to like my chest. I could like go over, and then you walk another few feet, and then it's that black shit that you don't want to touch. So I walk up to the little barrier, right, and I could hear it, the electricity going through the fucking shit. Man, all of a sudden, I was like, man, damn, it's quiet. So, because electricity stopped, it stopped. So I'm thinking, damn, what the fuck's going on? Why it stopped? So I go over that little barrier that when I come up to here. Now it's about 5 feet about 5 or 6 feet until I get close enough to the black fence to where I could touch it and get shocked. But I'm not gonna touch it. I just want to get close enough so I can see past the fence, through the fence. So, true story. So, I take one step, right? Now, remember, it's quiet. The fence ain't humming no more. I take one step. I heard something go, psst. I look around. I was like, what the fuck was that? So then I take another step. And when I took the second step, I saw something go, psst. And it was a fucking, when I took my step and I looked down, I saw smoke coming from the ground right where my shoe, right at my shoe. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was a bullet, and it was a big ass bullet. You know what I'm saying? And it was hot, and it was smoking. It was in the ground. And I'm looking around like, where the fuck did that fucking bullet come from? What the fuck? So I'm looking like, bro, a milli-inch more, and I wouldn't have no toe. That's how close that fucking bullet came to my fucking shoe. I don't know where the first bullet went, the first one I heard. But the second one, when I fucking took that second step, that fucking bullet hit that goddamn ground, and I looked at how close that shit was to the sole of my motherfucking shoe. I was like, oh, hell no, it's time for me to go. I immediately turned around, jumped that motherfucking fence, and ran back to my car. As I'm running back to my car, I looked down the road, because my car is facing this way, because I was traveling up. As I'm looking up, getting in my car, I can see smoke billowing in the background, and then I look and I see two black all black, government issue SUV van type janks, Men in Black type shit coming straight for me. So I was like, oh, hell no. I get in my car, I turn it around, and I go back down the road I came. I'm trying to drive conspicuous. I ain't trying to drive all fast like I'm trying to get away from them. I'm trying to drive like, So they catch up to me at the gate. When I get to the gate, they tell me, pull over. Pull over. They did the same shit the cops do. pull over, make you pull over and shit. I pull over, get out, they come to the car. What are you doing? You're not supposed to be here. This is a restricted area, blah, blah, blah. We can fucking kill you. And I just played it off like, man, I'm from Virginia, man. I didn't know, and I showed them my Virginia ID and everything. I was like, man, I was visiting, man. I always wanted to see Area 51 and blah, blah, blah. I seen it on the movies, this and that. Can't you fucking read? You know how many fucking signs you passed when you got here? This is not a fucking joke. Blah, 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 blah. They was going ham at me like, nigga, you could have fucking died, you dumb motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? That's the way they was coming at me. You know what I'm saying? Like, the signs are there for a fucking reason. We could arrest you right now for trespassing, criminal trouble. So I was like, man, you know what? I just made an honest mistake, even though I really did want to go into goddamn Area 51. I just made an honest mistake, officer. And these guys were like military / FBI / undercover like officers, like, you know what I'm saying? They didn't have the traditional Men in Black shit. They had the all black army fatigues, but they looked like a special unit. You know what I'm saying? They didn't look like people that guard the fucking Area 51, because they got people that do that too. They looked like the people that actually fucking worked there, and they was trying to tell me, nigga, you about to die. You know what I'm saying? Or you about to get kidnapped and never be seen again. So they was cussing me out, man. They had me up against the car. They took my ID. They ran it, all that shit. They gave it back to me. I ain't had no warrants or nothing. They gave it back to me. It was like, man, get the fuck off this premises. We got your license plate. If we see this car, they took my license plate and my fucking vent. You know what I'm saying? And they made a copy. I don't know how the fuck they did it, but they made a copy of my goddamn driver's license right there and was like, we see you. We see this car. You will be locked up for the rest of your life. Do you understand? I said, yes, sir, I understand. Yes, sir, yes, sir. Gave me the card and shit. We are going to, and to make sure you understand what the fuck we were saying, we are going to escort you off this motherfucking goddamn desert. And that's what the fuck they did, man. They rode my ass all the way till I got to the interstate. And then I drove my ass back home to North Las Vegas, man. That shit was crazy. You know what I'm saying? But while I was there, before the bullets hit my foot, I felt weird. You know what I'm saying? It felt like it felt like, you know how you get scared or you get super nervous and you start shaking, but you know why you're shaking, because you're nervous or you're scared. But I wasn't nervous, I wasn't scared, but I was motherfucking shaking like, what the fuck? What's going on with my body? What is going on with me? This is not, you know what I'm saying? This don't feel right. I was smelling the air, the shit it smelled, it was a fucked up smell. It wasn't a funky or ass smell. It was like a smell that I have never smelled before. And you know, if you smell something you never smelled before, you're like, God damn, where the fuck that come from? What is that? So I don't know what the fuck they got going on out there, y'all. I don't. But I was there. I made it through the second breach. I almost got killed. I almost wasn't able to make this video. So that's a big conspiracy theory that I had to actually go see for my goddamn self. And I never went back. You know what I'm saying? You never got to worry about that. They scared the shit out of me. Never went back. But anyway, I'm coming up on an hour on this conspiracy theory thing. I can only get an hour's worth of video time on here. Plus, due to the hurricane, I might not be able to post this for a while because the hurricane fucked up the Verizon towers, and I got a Verizon phone, so my phone is currently down. I'm still able to use my phone. I just can't utilize it to the point where it's actually serving its purpose, like making phone calls and texts, stuff like that. You know, but anyway, bear with me, y'all, while we get through this hurricane. I'm going to post this as fast as possible. If you have any conspiracy theories, things you want to add to this, or you got something you want to bring to the table, or maybe me and you can have a discussion, bring it on. You know what I'm saying? I'm all for it. I got millions and millions and millions of conspiracy theories, and I'm going to do a whole hour on The Simpsons. You best believe that. I got to do one on The Simpsons. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, I just want to say thank you. Y'all could have been anywhere in the world, but you decided to be here with my bald-headed ass. And I appreciate that, man. I really do. I love y'all, man. Y'all stay up. Peace, love, and hair grease. Peace to the gods. And I'm out. Love y'all. One.